Alrighty, 2007 Saab 9.5 rear door speaker replacement. It's going to be the speaker that's in here. A couple things first, getting off the door panel. We do have to take off this surround all around the window. And start by using a little pry tool and getting in behind here. Just kind of working it around. And then kind of popping it out like that. We have it off here. That's going to slide up and out over there. Alrighty, next step here is going to be to pop out this little hole cover. Using a 90-degree pick. Just push in there, and then it'll pop off. And we need to get this door handle cover off. So we're going to use our pry tool. Kind of just work it around. Pop that open. Pop that off. Next step here is going to be taking off the 3 Torx bit bolts that are T30s. And then we're good to pop the door panel off. Alright, for popping the door panel off, we are going to lock the door there and then kind of work our way around with our pry tool again, getting underneath the door skin. Just kind of work your way all around, pop it free. And once we got it nice and loose here, going to try and undo the door handle. There is a little lever that's back here by the yellow. We just kind of got to work the handle out of the yellow piece there, like that. Just goes in there, and then we're good to lift up on the door skin, popping it off. There is going to be a connector here. This one's actually broken, but there should be a little red tab that you push up on and then pop it out, and then the connector should come out. This one's just going to pull off because it is broken. Alrighty, next step here is going to be taking off the original speaker. Just 3 10mm bolts. Take those off, get the 90-degree pick ready, pop this out. We've got a little connector here that has a tab that we need to push that way. Alright, took that off, and we got our speaker here. We're going to undo these 2 Phillips and slide this tiny speaker out of the housing. And we got those 2 screws out. Pop this, pull it out like so. We're going to be reusing this connector. If you are putting a new OE speaker in, you can just pop the new one in and go back together. But I am upgrading to these Polk speakers, and I don't want to solder into the harness on the vehicle, so we're going to take off this connector by drilling out the rivet there and then cutting the little 2 speaker wires and then modifying it to fit this. Once that's drilled out and the wires are cut off, I did mark the positive and negative based on how it was sitting on this original speaker, because our aftermarket one, that will be important for hooking it up, as we have a negative symbol here, positive over here. And we're going to heat up this solder and take off this wire, and then put clamps down over the solder with our wires in there as well. Alrighty, for this speaker, it comes with two different wires. This one's going to be my negative, and this one my positive. We're just gonna put in the wiring down into here, solder it down to the little ends there, and then crimp them together. Alrighty, now we got our line soldered into here, ground and positive, and then we're going to transfer it onto our speaker. It's over here. Ground's gonna go here, positive's gonna go here. Look like this. You want a little bit of wire for the connector, but you don't need too much. Not a whole lot of space on that door speaker. But next up, we're gonna get the adapter set up for the door and the speaker. Alrighty, we got our adapter onto here. Can kind of rotate it around to line up different mounting points with the hole. We do have some fitment issues on the edges here. That's going to prevent the door from, or the door skin from going on. So I am going to mark kind of where I want to shave down. And then we will grind those off. Get rid of this one too. Yeah, gonna grind those down, and then we'll put it back on here. Then we'll grab our speaker, use some like self-tapping screws, and they'll go line them up with some of the holes onto here, and plug it in and everything, and put everything back together. Alrighty, got that shaved down here. I got everything bolted in. I'm going to use these longer screws to secure the speaker to. Pop this in here. Going to plug the connector in, and then kind of mount it up, and slowly, carefully push this connector back into that hole there. Alright, got the speaker connected and mounted in here with these screws. Don't want to tighten them too tight because we don't want to break plastic surrounding here, but got it so it's nice and snug, won't go anywhere. And then we're good to put the door panel back on here. Alright, got the door skin here. Plug this connector back in. Assuming yours is not broken, just pop it in and then push down on that red, and it'll pull it in tight, and it'll be good to go. Then we have to kind of finesse this on to the door. First step is getting the striker locker thing into the hole. Once that's on there, then we kind of lift up on the whole door panel, get it to sit around the window. Should kind of be able to rest there. And then before we start punching stuff here, we want to line up all the holes, make sure that this will kind of fall right into place. Same with over here. Pop it up. And then we're good to pop it in. Make sure all those clips are pushed in. Alrighty, next step here is going to get the door lever back into place. Gotta slide it into there. It's kind of got grip on. So push it in. Should be able to audibly hear it moving over there. Then we'll tighten our T30s down in these 3 spots. Alrighty, when tightening these, make sure this one doesn't go on too tight or gun it down, as the plastic is pretty fragile in there, and then you got a little bit of an issue if that breaks. But just going to pop the covers back on here. Just kind of line them up, and they should fall into place here. And get our little cover for the door handle piece here. Pop that back on. Alrighty, with those on, next we can do our window surround. I have these metal clips in place. I'm gonna start with sliding this over here, over like that, and then just start lining up these clips. Don't need to push it in all the way yet, just kind of getting everything set up. There's a little tab in here that'll pop in, and push them all around. And we're good to go. Next, test out the speaker. Probably not a bad idea to test it out when the door panel's off, but I know that this works. And yeah, then you're good to go. That's the rear door replacement, speaker replacement or upgrade on a 2007 Saab 9.5.